Good evening, my dear friends. Today I am going to talk on the question corner of the Hindu, which appeared on September 11, 2022. It is about the water containing exoplanets. The water containing exoplanets have been discussed in the question corner. In the University of Chicago, some scientists have discovered certain features of water containing exoplanets around the MDwarf stars. What are MDwarf stars? I have analyzed the articles in the Nature, the Science Direct, the Research Gate, Wikipedia, Encyclopedia Britannica for an answer to the exoplanets and M dwarfs. What are M dwarfs? In the Nature column, that is in the magazine Nature, there is an article or a paper which says that exoplanets or the planets around M dwarfs are of two types. One is full of water containing and continent absent planets, and the next is desert like planets. The science magazine Nature describes the M dwarf planets are half the mass of our sun. So there should be a habitable region. We call this also as Goldilocks regions. Goldilocks region means the region where there is a possibility of finding water in the planets, and the planets will be supposed to be habitable. In the Nature column, that is the article in the Nature says that the planets around M dwarfs have habitable regions supposed to be nearer to the surface, nearer to the planets, that nearer to the M dwarfs, because M dwarfs are less in the luminosity. When the stars are less in the luminosity, what happens is that the habitable region forms very near to the star. Therefore, on observation, what has been found that there are two types of planets which are found near the M dwarf planets, M dwarf stars. These are full of water containing planets which lack continents, because we cannot locate continents because it is full of water around the planet. And the next one is the desert like planets. There will not be any water content. For example, take the case of Venus, which is closer to the sun. It is not having water at all, and therefore it is uninhabitable. What makes these regions, all the Goldilocks regions or the habitable regions around the M dwarf planets, is that when the planets come to the habitable region, they lose water. This is what the article in the Nature explains. Now, moving on to the Wikipedia article about this. Wikipedia article describes the M dwarf planets as lesser luminosity planets or red dwarfs. The red dwarfs are those planets which are smaller in size and will have more life. The luminosity around the planet, that is below 3500 Kelvin. That is, the temperature around the planet is below 3500 Kelvin. These planets, these stars have larger life. That is, they are the longest going to survive planets or the stars in the Milky Way. The Wikipedia says that the Proxima Centauri is the nearest M dwarf planet or the red dwarf planet in the universe. Coming to the Encyclopedia Britannica also calls M dwarf stars as red dwarfs. And Encyclopedia Britannica is saying that three-fourths of the Milky Way is full of these M dwarfs. The M dwarf stars are longer in life more than sun, because sun is having only 10 billion years of life, but there are M dwarf stars which are having trillions of years of life because of the convection of the hydrogen. That is, they use full of their hydrogen in the core, and the hydrogen is converted to helium, and this process makes them shorter and shorter, and the life will be very longer. So the last stars which will be found in the Milky Way or in the universe will be the red dwarfs or the M dwarfs stars. The Encyclopedia Britannica is also saying that the Proxima Centauri, that is the nearest planet, the nearest star of the solar system, is an M dwarf or red dwarf planet. And there is another TRAPPIST 2, that is also another star, M dwarf star. And the Britannica is saying that how this M dwarfs or red dwarfs die. They convert into blue dwarfs and then white dwarfs, and the end happens. It takes trillions of years, whereas the sun is having only 10 billion years as its life. So, moving on to the ResearchGate and the Science Direct, it is saying that the solar flares are responsible for not having habitable regions nearby the sun, and even if the Earth's habitable region is there, the solar flares will destroy it, because the UV rays will destroy the chances of life in the planet. So, super flares from the M dwarfs are very much responsible for not finding habitable regions in the planets around the stars, M dwarf stars. This is the opinion of the Science Direct article. And now come back to the Hindu. It is saying that the scientists of University of Chicago have observed that the water in the exoplanets, Hindu calls it as exoplanets. Similar term is also found in the nature, and the similar term nature calls it extrasolar planets, and the Science Direct calls it as exoplanets. These exoplanets are, there are 43 planets which have been observed by the scientists around the M dwarf stars. These exoplanets have half water and half rocks. That is why their density is, although very much huge, what happens is that their mass is very less. When compared to the density, their mass is very less. So the stars, that is M dwarf stars, are having habitable regions. However, the habitable regions are not possible because the one I have referred to Science Direct and told that one reason is that exoflares are responsible, and what happens is that the water in the migration, the inner migration, the Hindu is referring that inner migration happens. Same way, the Science Direct is also telling that the inner migration will happen, and this will create the planets coming closer to the M dwarf stars. And what will happen that as said in the nature, the water will evaporate and the planets will be just like Venus around the solar system. Therefore, such places nearby where the inner migration means first the planet formation is in the outer region of the star, and then the planet migrates to the inner regions, the Goldilocks regions. However, when the inner regions they reach, the thing is that the water gets evaporated as explained in the nature, in the Hindu and in the Science Direct. Hope you have understood this article, my dear friends. This is a very interesting finding by the University of Chicago. Meet you tomorrow with some other article like this. Till then, bye.